Hey guys, Adam Zapier here and welcome to part 2 of this 3-part series on ego. In the first video, if you haven't already watched it, I discussed what the ego is. And in this second video I'm going to talk a bit about why it's so difficult to challenge the ego. Now if you haven't seen the first video, I'll put a link down below, make sure you watch that. But I'm going to try and keep this simple and say basically by challenging the ego, or attempting to, it's a frightening experience because we're challenging everything we believe to be true about ourselves. For me, I would say I'm an introvert, I'm a photographer. There's a few other things I'd say about myself, but just to give you a bit of an idea. Now, to challenge those, the only way to do it is to, you can't just say, I'm not going to be an introvert anymore, or I'm not going to be shy and not talk to strangers, or whatever it may be. You actually have to go out there and do it. Now, that's a process that I'm really struggling with, and it's something I'm trying to force myself to challenge. So when you do these things, when you start challenging who you are, the biggest issue I've found is that you're taking yourself way out of your comfort zone. And that's why a lot of people don't challenge the ego, because when you challenge who you believe you are, everything in your life is open to change. All your opinions may even change. The way you think about all sorts of things, whether it be religion, politics, it doesn't matter, other people. There's so many different things that can change, and when you start changing your beliefs, the way you look at everything changes, and it's scary. So that's why it's difficult to challenge your ego. But it's really important too, because it can make some really big positive changes in your life. I've started to challenge mine in a lot of ways. There's still some ways where I'm really struggling, and that's with things like I said, talking to strangers, like the whole being social with people I don't know. That's a struggle for me, and one that I'm trying to work on, and I keep pushing that back every time I attempt it. So that's one I'm going to actually be following my journey with a bit through this series of videos a bit later. Now, in part 3, I'm going to be discussing how we can go about challenging the ego. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe down below, and leave any comments or questions below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible if you've got any. And until next time, I'll see you in part 3. See ya.